when last we wandered these myriad plains. Farewell, Dianara.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
And still, we journey on.
You back with me, Chief? You kind of, drifted out on me there.
No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was?
Eh? Spirit?
That specter I was talking to. The woman.
You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where?
Mort looks around, excited.
What did she look like?
She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her?
No. You just kind of drifted out there for a bit. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone addled on me again.
No, I'm fine. I think. Let's move on.
Ooh, I feel stronger.
My skills have increased.
Ooh, we have leveled up. Now I have to remember how to do leveling up. Okay, let's go ahead and level up. Alright. Yes, 31. We don't have any thieving skills yet. And we get a point to distribute. I am going to put this point into Constitution because that is now probably one of the most important stats. We should be able to get our wisdom to max from this point with bonuses that we get from various interactions and items. And Constitution, once you get it up high enough, you really are immortal because at a certain point you start regenerating hit points. So let's do that. Okay. Did that get it? It's kind of a little graphical glitch there. We did. We need to do the same, however, for Mort. Let's level you up, buddy. Alright, so he gained 2 extra hit points from his con bonus. We don't have to worry about distributing points for Mort. Let's go ahead and explore down here. We need to see if we can find those giant skeletons that we were being told of, and I think there's one of them.
I'm gone. Done.
I want to do a quick save here, just in case I screw this up badly. Don't know what that was, but whatever. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware that they made humans in this size. The huge blade in its hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Examine the skeleton carefully. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is riveted onto its ribcage and shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts are set into the skeleton's shoulder, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. A mass of thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs, woven in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons, just like the smaller versions. Hey, how about this skeleton, Mort? Will it do as a body? Mort grins. Is that a yes or... Oh, sorry. Mort floats up to the head of the skeleton, stares at it, then floats back down, studying the armor and the blade as he descends. Oh, yes. I think this'll do. I don't know. This thing looks like more than you can handle.
Then what in Bator did you ask me if I wanted it for? Practicing your cruelty skills?
Mort bobs indignantly.
And after all I've done for you.
I was thinking of your safety, Mort. I'm worried attaching your head to this thing would hurt you somehow.
Mort stares at you for a moment. What? Did we get married at some point? What's all this "I don't want to get you hurt" wash?
Mort glares at you. If you really cared, you'd find a way to get my head onto that giant skeleton's body. Alright then. Give me a second to pry the head off this thing. And as you are about to do so, you suddenly stop, and your eyes are drawn to the skeleton's armor. Something about the symbols engraved on its breastplate makes you pause. If these skeletons are guardians, then disturbing them may awaken them. Okay, let's do this again then. I just wanted to go through the dialogue with Mort there. Examine it carefully. Examine the armor. Despite the armor's obvious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow in the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Study the symbols. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of runes reminds you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Study the runes and try to recall the enchantment. You study the pattern of runes as they weave their way across the breastplate. On its most basic level, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edge of the armor make you suspect several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. See if you can dispel the enchantment somehow. Experience. Good deal. You suspect that marring the rune patterns along the breastplate could unravel the enchantments, but it looks difficult. The pattern is complicated, and scratching out the wrong portion could cause the skeleton to animate. Mar the runes, maintaining the warding enchantment first. Then work backward through the rune pattern, cancelling the necromantic, then the armoring enchantment. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus, and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and a heavy clanging noise. Damned pile of bones. You wait for a moment, but no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with a majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it. You have a feeling that it could prove useful. I'll just take it then. Sweet. My inventory's still got some room in it, so that's fine. And we can do that for each of these, if I remember correctly.
I'm gone.
I think there's 4 of them. I'm gonna just go through this again. Examine, and examine the armor, and study the symbols. Study the runes, and then dispel. Then we've got to work backwards. Let's see what we got this time. Like the first, this one also has a fragment of its broken enchantment engraved on it. It could prove useful. I'll just take it then. Does examining it in here tell what they are? Rune of lesser warding and rune of armor. Okay. Activating the rune will destroy the breastplate, however. So they're kind of like scrolls.
Done.
Good enough. It's worth getting the items and the experience, so let's do that. Alright, examine. Examine. Study. Study. Dispel. Work backwards. We'll see what we got this time. Another piece. And one last skeleton. Examine. Examine. Study. Study. Dispel. Work backwards. Nice. That's a lot of experience we just got for basically nothing.
I'm gone.
So let's go ahead and leave this area through the portal.
All right.
Ooh, looks like we are being pursued by something. Looks like we're in another... We got some money here? Another little mortuary place. Looks like 90 copper. And a note. What is this note? Pin's note. Vaxus. If you are reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task, and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I have left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the Hive, preferably in Ragpicker Square. The dustman will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you have secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farad is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustman a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that that stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farad's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is, and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farad's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Pin. I don't know who Pin is, but that's the second time we've heard about Emmerich gathering information at the Gathering Dust Bar. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. Do we have a way out?
Done.
Oh, here's the door. Okay, then. And welcome to Sigil, the Hive proper. Okay, there is lots to do around here. Every person, I think, can be talked to, and these Hive thugs will randomly attack you. First thing I want to do, though,
I'm gone.
is come up here and meet Pox. This cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadows of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with stubble and what appears to be a foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it crawls up to his chin. Greetings. The figure doesn't budge. There is a moment of silence, then he responds in a high-pitched voice that sounds more suited to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi? Who are you? Pox I am. Hi? Pox. Mother and father named me. Wished a pox on firstborn, a curse given came true. It did, hi? Again your eyes are drawn to the purplish-green rash covering Pox's chin and neck. Oh, I had some questions for you. Hi? Well, we asked that. What are you doing? Wait for debtors, do I, hi? Debtors? Corpses. Why? Find a debtor, take him through the gate, get some jink, then again I wait, hi? Through the gate. Why? A debtor's to a dustman what a copper's to a collector. Bring them the dead. They give you copper at the gate, they do, hi? Why do the dustmen pay for the dead? Streets clean. Deaders put in their place. Streets don't stink. Dead aren't lost. Keep inside gate. All happy, hi. What do the dustmen do with these deaders they buy? Haul deaders inside gate. Put them on slabs, cut them up, bury them, or make them walk, hi. Make them walk. Hi. They make some get back up. If the deader gives the dustman leave to, and the deader becomes a skellies or a zoms. Is the front gate the only way inside the mortuary? Hi, only deader or dustman going gate they do. You want pox make you deader again? Again? Hi, many times you ask. Pox always do. How many times exactly? Many time, hi. So, we've met before? Hi. What do you know about me? You a deader who don't stay deader for long, hi. Deal square with pox you do. Do you know anything else about me? Yeah, same thing. All right. Do you know anything else besides that? That's it. I think that we can get experience for doing this and then just come straight back out. So let's try this. Alright then. How about I just pretend to be dead and you sneak me in? Let Pox see you play deader. You play deader good, Pox get you in, hi. Pretend to be dead. 500 experience, good. Pox watches your performance without a sound. When you get back up, he speaks. Hi, Pox sell you. You won't be sold now? No, not yet. Maybe some other time, thanks. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Alright, well that was worth it, certainly. And that's also a way that we can get back into the mortuary later on if we need to. And we're being attacked, so let's deal with some silly, silly Hive thugs that think they can take us down. I mean, you can help me, Mort. Feel free to, please. Kill it. There you go. This one too. Because he's red. A red is dead. Go ahead and get our just rewards. I mean, besides the experience, that is. Bronze ring. I think my inventory is real close to full. It is full. Let me do some inventory management and I'll be right back. Alright. Inventory managed.
I'm gone.
The next thing we want to do is, I think there are some people up here.
I'm gone.
Named Bane the Cinder. We'll want to
gone.
talk to him for sure. Quentin? I think we need to talk to Quentin. The man before you looks to be of middle height and years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched, as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what this monolith was. It's a tombstone for the plains, he scoffs. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there. Hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains. Aye, Quentin smiles ruefully. The Dusties scratch the names of the dead on this monument here. He gestures around him. And on the walls of the place. Not enough space by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half the names. Well, what are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I knew 'em. Nothing more. The dustmen record the names of all that have died on this monument. Oh, same thing again. I don't know why they take the trouble to take accounting of the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. The living. Aye, you know about the dustman mourners that come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see, they're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without 'em asking to mourn some poor living Burke for you. Why do they mourn the living? You got me there, Cutter. He shrugs. Might want to put the question to them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He nods at the monument. Every name on there is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody who came back after their name was put on there? You mean, came back from death? Quentin shakes his head. Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. He shrugs. Still, considering the plains go on and forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. I suppose so. Say, I had other questions for you. No harm in asking, Cutter. Well, that's it, I suppose. I see. Thanks. Well, that's interesting. Who's this? Hive Queen, I thought it said? Death of names. Okay, here's something interesting. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to his side, as if cradling a small child. Greetings. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name? The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name? No name. Can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it's died. What?
Updated my journal.
Given a name when you're born. Give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith, then the walls of the area. Buried many names here, Death of Names has. Tell me a name, I'll show its grave. I don't know. Try Adon. He shakes his head. Not dead yet, that name is. Not buried here, not time, not time. Let me try another name. Once again, the eyes seem to slide over you. Dayanara. The eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points at a section of the wall. Buried! Examine the spot he is pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone in tiny cramped writing is the name you requested. It's almost lost beneath the sea of names around it. That is quite neat. The reason I asked for Adon is I'm pretty certain that that is the name that he has gone by in past lives. I'm going to try to bury a name. Oh, it costs 3 coppers to bury a name. Let's bury Quentin for that guy, shall we? Oh, not dead yet. It has to be actually a dead person. Okay. Very well. Sorry to disturb you.